Hello and welcome to another episode of Cut to Cut. Today with me is director of highly acclaimed film Article 370, Aditya Jambhale, which has captivated audience nationwide. The film has been acknowledged by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and with him we will delve into film's impact and director's creative journey. Why did you feel it was important for cinema to reveal the backstory behind the abrogation of Article 370, especially considering how little was known about the government's action?
This is to our mission as an Indian. I think it's one of the most biggest historical mission that was ever carried out. As an Indian, I should know, because this was so dramatic and interesting. It tells so much about our forces, our agencies like National Investigation Agency, our armed forces, our political the PMO bureaucrats and everybody. So I think that was the reason why we wanted to show this story to the entire world.
So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also acknowledged your film and highlighted its potential to provide accurate information to the public. So, how does it feel to receive recognition from such a prominent figure?
It is an honor. It happened, I think, first time when he was giving a speech in Jammu, and then later on there was another brief reference
Yes.
of the film that happened again. I think after the film released, but before the film release also, and after also. I mean, it's a great honor that the leader of the country is actually referencing your film for the right reasons. That's also very critical. Saying that it's going to show the truth, the facts are coming. I think the facts are going to be shown very correctly. I think as a new first time director whose first film is getting
Yes.
released, it's a big thing. It's amazing. I'm really grateful for the entire for him to say that in a complete public arena. And I'm really grateful for everybody who has helped us, and the credit belongs to the entire team who has worked for this film so hard.
And sir, how does you respond to the political leaders who criticize Article 370 and call it as a violent, jingoistic, and agenda-driven film, just like the Kashmir files and the OD?
I think the first question is, have they seen the film? Because I doubt how many people are doing that after watching the film. See, if you watch the film and say something, then there is some kind of a validation to the comments that are being passed. If there is no, I'm not seeing the film and I'm commenting on it, that
Yes.
means actually the agenda is ulta.
Like,
And
sir,
you are
how did
coming with
you?
an agenda that, okay, this film must be like this, like this, like that. But not necessarily it is coming across after you watch a film, after you analyze something, and then you come out with a feedback. Well, I'll at least give it a thought. But if it is not coming with the intention only is not there to watch the film, people sometimes say that I don't want to watch the film because I know it's a propaganda. So if we have made it and we have not shown it to you, and you're calling it propaganda before it's before you even watch it, I think it's
Yes,
sad. But having said that, I really have, we all, the entire team has gone ahead of its time. We're really not
yes.
we concerned about also genuinely know what film we have made. The audience is reacting to it. The audience is making videos inside theaters. It's really messages are coming all across, and it's a film that is kind of binding the entire India. So I think there is no way. Of course, if one particular political party has done a particular step, and I'm making a film on it, of course my film is going to have the character which is part of that mission.
I would like to
I can't make yeah.
Sir, I would like to elaborate this question. Like, how did you and your film overcome these doubts and stay committed to bringing the story based on a true event? Like, what contributed to the film's success despite these challenges?
I think it is basically, you actually said it right. We had only one thought, that when we are showing the film, it should be true.
Yes.
It should be backed with a fact. For example, the scene where I assume you have seen the film. So the
Yes.
scene where Zuni Haksar hangs one of the not hangs but throws one of the separatist leader out of the window.
Yes.
Now it's not fiction.
Yes.
It's real. We
Like
know that.
hanging one of the terrace on the car bonnet. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, even that scene, it's real. Of course, it has. I had to alter it according to the
Yes.
sequence of the
Yes.
drama that you're building up. It has to be a single thread that you bind it, because it's not a documentary,
Yes.
But at the same time, having these scenes, it's real. It has happened. I can tell you from which floor she did that. So it is a detailed analysis that we did, and we knew that we have to stay true to what has happened. So if I'm staying true and being loyal to the subject, then rest everybody who is creating chaos, who is kind of bashing it as propaganda or whatever it is, I think it's something that doesn't start bothering you after a point of time, because your honesty is with the craft, your honesty is with the subject, and that was very crucial for us right from the start. So we knew that this kind, there will be some, it's an audience, they have the right to react. So there'll be few people who might call it a propaganda, but if we are sticking true to what we have, and we had, honestly, we had so much genuine trust in the script, we had so much trust in the script and the way this mission was carried out, we were completely confident that we want to tell the story. If you want to criticize it, you criticize it, but we are not going to change. We are going to go straight, we are going to tell it the way it happened, and we have the backing with of the facts that we can show.
Yes.
Okay, if we have shown some certain things, we have the backing, there is a research. So it was always that, okay, we are politically aware about how that happened, we have spent enough time on the research of it, and then come out with a script, so we know what has happened. So that was very critical, to stay true to what the first vision we had, established before we started the film. So we didn't change it, we didn't deter from our goal.
So, with Article 370 facing ban in Gulf markets, how do you and your team respond to it, especially considering the film's message of peace?
I think it's sad. It's very disappointing. When it came across, also, I was really surprised that this has happened, because I don't, honestly, as a director of the film, also, I don't believe there is anything in the film that that needs needs you to stop me from telling that to the audience. The film is entirely, as you pointed out, the film is entirely about peace. It does speak very, very aggressively against terrorism.
Yes.
So if you're saying that I'm calling terrorism as a bad thing, I'm calling spreading mistrust, spreading chaos in a valley is a bad thing, using money to create a panic in a valley, and then do incidences like stone pelting and try to crumble the economy of the state is a bad thing. Yes, I mean, for that, if somebody is there is a ban, I really don't understand that.
So how do you believe the film's portrayal of events in Kashmir contributes to a broader narrative of positivity and unity, and what impact it will have on the viewers and the people of Kashmir?
I think, see, with for a normal viewer in India, what is Kashmir? So if I ask a question, tell me something about Kashmir, they know things pretty much on a superficial level.
Yes.
They know that there is a chaos. It's very conflict-ridden valley. It had a lot of terrorism.
Or it is a Jannat.
Yeah, or insurgency and everything, all that stuff. There is chaos around. It's very bad, in a bad shape. There's nothing much. It's not safe, of course.
Yes.
So everybody was thinking like, I cannot go there. That much I know, because it's not safe and it's chaotic and there's a lot of terrorism and insurgency going on, right? So when a valley is going through so much of insurgency, terrorism, and conflict for decades, it's very important to go to the foundation of that period. What led to it? Okay, I think then what we tried to do in the film is give you an entertainment film, but with that you should understand the conflict, why it came, what's the origin point of it, understand what is the epicenter, how Article 370 was somewhere the epicenter of the problem, because it kind of gave a boundary line. There was a middle person then that became the article, that because of that, even if your intentions are right, certain factors want to improve it, they'll not be able to do that, because there is an article which is in middle. So why it was required and how removing it has actually brought up the change. When I talk about change in Kashmir, I would like to mention that I shot 2 films in Kashmir. Okay. Yes. Out of which this film is about Article 370. So when people say that my film is a propaganda, I want to, and it's not the reality. Some people also that it's a propaganda, it's not the reality. Kashmir is not changed. Okay. And what Jambhale's film is trying to do is something that is not true. Okay. Yes. My question is, I shot Article 370 in Kashmir. If there was no change, whatsoever, do you think that it was possible to shoot a film which has action, which has drama? I still want to answer that again, because this answer lies in this place also. How is it that it was possible for me to shoot a film like Article 370 in Kashmir?
So you shot,
I didn't shoot Article 370 inside a hall. The biggest schedule was in Kashmir.
Okay.
Of course, I shot very small portion in patchwork kind of a thing in Mumbai and some parts in Delhi. But if you see, you'll understand that the biggest schedule, the biggest one, yes, like it was completely in Kashmir. And I didn't shoot it indoor. I shot it across Dal Lake, across so many places, across, so it was the support of the locals. So coming to that same question, the change factor, right now we have so many projects which are happening in Kashmir. If you talk about only films, if I want to shoot a film right now, I decide to shoot a film in Kashmir and I just say that I want to go there and shoot, trust me, I'll not get bookings in Kashmir. It's impossible at this short notice to get bookings in Kashmir because everybody's trying to go there and shoot. So many Bollywood and even South films are happening in Kashmir.
Yes.
It has opened up the market. If you see, think about tourism, it causes traffic jam in today's time. Like you cannot to go from Dal Lake to through Gupkar Valley or Gupkar Road. You want to go and cross or even go to Pahalgam. Before you leave Srinagar city, it will take 1 hour because of the traffic. And why this traffic has come? Because of the whole tourism that has flourished. So it's so much like it's a proper tourist place now. And the cafes have opened up, the economy has opened up. Previously there was nothing called IS IPS classes or
Yes.
IPJ and IM classes and all. Right now you'll see billboards everywhere. There are so many students who are getting into these competitive exams. Sports has gone ahead. We have now bowlers coming from who are trying to compete at Indian cricket team
Yes.
coming from Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so I think that all has been the change. And the whole fact that today, now if you ask me and I have to tell somebody you want to go to Kashmir, I can obviously say you can go to Kashmir, it's safe. And they know it. They go to Pahalgam, they go to Aru Valley, they go to Dal Lake and everywhere, and there's no problem. There is a sense of, and the locals, it's also because of the locals, because locals want that flourishment. They want their businesses to flourish. So I think that aspect is very crucial that we try to show in the film. Why that removal of Article 370 actually contributed to the change, and what change, what change it really contributed. So that was something that was very, I think, crucial that the film tried to explore.
So, what message do you have for the people who are criticizing Article 370 and for the one who are saying that you are batting for Narendra Modi?
Firstly, I would say that watch the film is my first message. Okay, watch the film. Everybody who has come out of the theater, they'll know. Now, if I'm batting for some big leader, I don't think the audience in India is. I think audience in India is very smart. It's very smart audience. If if your intent is not right in making a film, they'll catch it right there. They'll be not somebody will be like nay nay, they'll get accustomed to what narrative you are trying to build or anything. They are very smart. They understand this is a correct intent, this is a very shady intent. They will understand it. So calling that I am doing something or we are doing something to influence the audience is actually undermining the audience of this country only. And I don't think they are that kind of an audience. They are exposed to everything politically also and entertainment wise also. Right now, because of the OTT, they are watching content everywhere easily.
Yes.
So they know if I made a bad film, now they'll say that I've made a bad film. It's not possible that they'll get brainwashed by a film. It's not possible in an audience, which is a modern Indian audience, which with a country which has such an amazing development quotient. That's the first point. Secondly, I have shown what had happened. If it had happened, I've shown it. Now there is a politics involved in it. It's a political action thriller. Of course, I have to show the politics involved in it. And I don't think by one small film you can really influence the Indian audiences all across the nation and make them influence their decisions when it comes to election time. I don't think that is possible with an Indian audience, which is such a smart audience. And when it comes to the film, I have made the film as a filmmaker because I genuinely believe that Article 370 had to get abrogated. I cannot, there's not even 1% doubt about it. There is a dialogue in the film also which says that it is ours and it will always remain ours. Okay. So as a filmmaker, now I only do the film I believe in it. I can't do the film because I have a certain agenda. It's not possible. I have to believe in it, then I'll tell the story. And I'm not a reporter. I'm a filmmaker. So obviously, I'll show the facts as close to the reality as possible. And then I'm doing that film because I have an opinion. I have an opinion that it had to be done. It was the correct decision. On 5th of August, we did the right thing. And you can see the changes right now. So I think that's the only message I have. But the first message again stands the same because I know most of them have not seen the film, which is a very, very sad thing. I genuinely want them to go and watch the film. And then, of course, it's an audience's film. Whoever bashes it, I'm not going to go to each and every person and try and convince him or try and give him a reply because he has the right to. We are a free country. It's a democracy. He has the right to react. So I completely get that. I'm not against the particular person who says bad thing to the film also, but I just genuinely feel they should go and watch the film. That's the only thing.
So tell me something about the casting of the film and why Yami Gautam, a female in the lead character.
I think if you see Yami Gautam's character, which is Zuni Haksar, she's playing the agent Zuni Haksar, intelligence agent. I think with an intelligence agent, the character was always sharp. It was always somebody very sharp, very focused to her ideology, very focused to her what she wants to do for the country, how she can contribute to that.
Yes.
So when it's inspired from a real character. Again, the inspiration is a real female character. So the first thing is the character is actually female.
Have you met the
So
real character?
then, no, we have not met that character. But we know about it. We have not met that character. But uh, the whole point is that if it is real, then our thought was, and we are saying that our intent is to stay true to the story, try to show it as close to the reality as possible. Then our question was, then we should show it real. Then it should be a female. Okay, it shouldn't be a male. And I think the credit also goes to the producers, Aditya Dhar, Lokesh Dhar, even Jyoti Deshpande from Geo Studios, that they understood, they also had the same thought. Everybody was on the same page that we will do that, even if bringing a bigger star would have probably made the film much more bigger. Maybe it would have given better numbers, but we wanted to do the right thing. We were very clear that we want to do the right thing, and I think our heart tells us that we need to make it a female character only. Secondly, Yami in her real life also, because I've been working with Aditya. My first film was also with B62 Studios, so I knew that she's focused in real life. She's very focused. She's very studious in her approach towards character. She's very, she needs detailing every time she tries to go for that perfection quotient also, and very fabulous actor. So I think all these questions were so amazing that we found out that they are organically what the character is demanding. Why not go with Yami Gautam? And it also was a very professional way of going. So Aditya, when he for the first time happened to he could have easily communicated about this at his own place, and just over a dinner table that could have been the conversation that we are coming out with the film. But if you see, the script has gone from our company properly through an agent, that was Yami's agent, to Yami Gautam. So that's a very professional route that we chose. And then she loved the script, and that's how we kind of locked Yami. When it comes to Rajeshwari, the same thing follows. I think we were sitting for a long time. There were a lot of talks of making that a character, a male character. And another casting mein aapko ek batana chahta hu, there was a problem because this is a sensitive topic. So it even not I'm not sure no, I'm not just, not just talking about the lead characters, but I'm talking about overall casting of the entire film. It was a little problem because everybody, whenever you're going, people are not really ready to go. Isme politics hai. Oh guys, there's a politics in it.
Yes.
I shouldn't be doing it. So that in India, politics is always like it's something dangerous, we shouldn't touch it. The point is, because of that, it has also hampered coming out with any political thriller. So if you see the industry, we don't have references of a political thriller. That's the reason, because nobody's trying to make it. So that's the whole reason that we wanted to break the clutter. But when it comes to casting, it does hamper the process. It's very challenging, because even if you like the script, if you love your role, there is high possibility that you might say, but this has a lot of politics in it. Okay, like, can this be like, was it possible to tone down the politics? It's a political decision. It's a political film. You can't take politics from political thriller. So it's going to be challenging. But after understanding that, now my only thought was, we will cast people who believe in the film. We will cast people who believe in that decision that Article 370 had to be abrogated. And that does reflect when they perform in their own role, that they are there because genuinely their heart and is with the subject, and it tells them that is the right thing to do. If there is a doubt, it was very simple calculation. If you have a doubt about this, it's okay, it will not work, or maybe will work later. But if you're not genuinely convinced, I don't want to cast. If you're genuinely convinced that this is the right decision, then you should be on the floor, and I'll definitely work. So that was a very important aspect of the casting.
And sir, what about the casting of Arun Govilji as Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and even the Home Minister casting, both these castings have gone through a lot of process. Yeah, but I think it was a long process. We went through a process. It was not like just locked somebody and we just went for it, because the look had to match. So the look was very critical in both the aspects. So we went We tried to understand what kind of look is going to come, how it is going to come. And once we locked the look, we understood that this is happening. And especially with Arun Govil sir, so I narrated him the story first. So I narrated the entire film, his character, how it is, what it is, and everything. And his first response was like that only, "You are so young for this film. I don't know, I mean, are you directing it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And after my narration was over, he was so thrilled. He's like, matlab, it's amazing that you know so much in detail, and definitely I want to work with you. And so it was a clear cut yes from both of them when I narrated the story. Afterwards, we went through proper process of how the look is going to be done, where are we going to do what are we going to tweak, how are we going to do the mannerisms correct. But at the same time, we were very sure that we didn't want to 100% mimic. The mimicking process was something that we wanted to avoid. So it's fine, you just hold the soul of the character, soul of the actual character, and that is fine, so that the actor can actually have a more scope. He can go emotionally, his canvas increases much better. I think, and that has somehow played very well for the audiences as well, and they are appreciating. It's amazing. Both actors were amazing on set. They gave me full freedom. I could there was no pressure whatsoever by any actor or actresses ever. So I could enjoy that process, and I could dictate my vision very perfectly so that it gets translated to the film without any problem.
Especially the character of Amish Shaji was really fantastic, sir. Sir, do you also participate in the trend where actors, directors watch their films in theater? And if so, please share your experience.
I think we didn't make it like we just had one premiere that was their proper premiere screening that was there in Mumbai, where we had called all the important people in the industry, and we showcased the film before the final release, which happened in Mumbai. And the response was amazing. But I think that was the only time, I think, when the actors were like part of it. Afterwards, of course, after the film started working the first week and all, there were some special screenings that were organized by schools, by different in different parts of the country. We try and be part of it, because we are really grateful for this support that everybody is going giving by themselves. It's like they are themselves feeling that we should make our students watch this film. So then the schools are taking participation, they try to book the shows and try to have a special screening. But so we are really grateful, so we try to be part of it. The experience whenever we do that, I think, is amazing, because theater is a different experience altogether. So when you see a particular dialogue being received so well by the audiences, they are clapping, they are whistling, they are shouting the slogans and feeling patriotic about it. I think that's amazing, and that has been missing since a long time in Indian cinema. I think we are slowly getting there, where the old days are coming back. So to have a film get that kind of a response is rare, and we are really grateful, and we appreciate the way the destiny has put everything and all the blocks together for this film. And it has turned out so well and so amazing, because that's, I think, legacy. I think that is very crucial. The numbers are, keep that's something else. But after a point of time, I always feel, as a director, if I tell somebody that I've directed Article 370, what is the expression that the audience feels among themselves is very critical, and that is only going to come if there is some legacy that the film tries to build. And I think once we looked at the reactions from the first day itself, we knew that there is respect and legacy for this film, and audiences picking it up like that. That was more valuable than anything else.
So you are making another film, Baramulla, which is also in context to Kashmir. Tell something about that.
So Baramulla is it's in Kashmir, but it has a completely separate genre. So Baramulla is a supernatural horror thriller, which is set in Baramulla specifically. It has Manav Kaul and Bhasha Sumli in the lead. It was a film that we completed. I shot first. It is going to be released after the second film, which is Article 370. And it has Kashmir, which is completely different from what Kashmir we have seen. It's in Article 370 specifically. It is a snow-clad Kashmir, where your entire you have I've shot it entirely in Kashmir. There was nothing that we shot somewhere else, and we shot it in minus 18-degree temperature for 24 days, and it was amazing experience. It was very challenging to wrap up a film like that in 24 days. I think it's one of its kind. And people will see different aspects, but at the same time, it does have reference to some real events and real things as well. But it doesn't dwell upon politics of Kashmir. It doesn't have politics of Kashmir. It is shown in the lens of normal Baramulla Kashmiri, local. It has that kind of a vibe in it, and it plays around myths, it plays around alternate realities, so it's a different world altogether. I think horror and Kashmir have been mixed for the first time, I would say, in
Any
Indian cinema.
further projects, sir?
After this, we are still working. We're still working on. I'm going to go for an action revenge drama that I'll be going for. But we are in the initial stages of it. But I think we are in the writing phase of it. But that would be probably my third, which will come after Baramulla.
Thank you so much, sir. It was nice talking to you, sir, on such an amazing film.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.